All right, now we're live. Welcome, everybody. Today, going to be doing a little bit of live game development, working on this MoBa project. I'm going to try to finish it for GDC. Just kind of started it, had an idea, took some of the coursework I was working on, and decided to see if I could just knock out a quick game before GDC. I had an idea, and I wanted to build it, and that's what I'm doing here. So I'll show the code. We'll run through it, take questions if anybody's got questions about the stuff that's here or other stuff. I'd probably be able to answer those as well. And we'll do a bunch of multiplayer coding. So here, let me show you the actual game view. So let's see, it's not that window. It's showing the wrong window. Let me show you the actual game, what it looks like. I'll kick it off. This is my second window that's playing. There we go. Ignore the really ugly menu. So here's our character select. And then in here, you pick two different classes. So I've got a warrior necro picked. So it'll give me a taunt and then a summon skeleton pet. Or I can do a necro mage and then I get a bomb spell in the skeleton pet, or a ranger priest, or whatever you want. And you can kind of mix and match and you get a combination of the stats. I'm going to add probably, I'm thinking like 10 different ones here, and some of this stuff is placeholders, like yanked straight from a pack, some of it. So I'll probably have like 10 different classes here total, though, that you can pick from. I have a PhD of experience in League. Yeah, I used to play a ton of League, so it was somewhat inspiration. And part of the inspiration was a mode that I really always wanted to see in League, and it just never happened and was never going to happen because it's way too risky and probably way too problematic. But hey, there's no risk here, so the way that it works, you pick your two things. So I'm going to pick, like, let's go mage, priest, and then hit play. It'll log me in, connect me. Oh, the video and voice are off? That's weird. I don't know why. That is strange if they are. Oh, I got to start my server. I wonder why there would be a delay. Is anybody else seeing a delay? If you are, let me know in chat, and I'll play with it. It could also just be a lag on my side. So I logged in, it popped up with the shop UI because I haven't made that hide by default. But here's the view. Let's maximize this so you can see it a little bit better. So you can see I have not done any level building. My level literally looks like this mini map right here, where I've got eight different bases all the way around, and it's equally spaced. But there's my tower 4. Everything's got tooltips. Now, if you didn't see the tooltip video, though, you should go check that out, because like the tooltip system, I gotta say, it's like the best thing ever, because when you do a nice simple system with an interface like that, you just add it on to whatever you want. So everything just has a tooltip by implementing an easy interface. So there's the tower. These are my spawners. You can see right here, the default graphic for when they're empty sucks. It's just like the base and everything cut out. I need a real one. But if you mouse over it, you can see that it's ready for a pet. So I can drop a pet onto there. I don't have any pets. I just have my two abilities. But I can go back behind my base. Avoid that. I think that's an exit point. And then I can go attack things. They're not set up to fight back right now. Go kill them. And it gives me some gold. Gold went up to 400. And I can pick up items. I got a ranger egg. I think it's called ranged egg right now. And I can take the ranger egg and drop it right onto the portal, and then they'll start spawning them. And then those are my creeps. So like your League of Legends creeps essentially coming out of this. And I'm thinking more than one portal per side makes sense, but for now I've just got one. And then they'll walk down. That's just a little pathway with, I was thinking I'll put like another jungle mob down here or something. And they go over here. And then this is where the other player or the bot, I don't have any bots spawned. I could probably switch over to the other tab and spawn some bots. But that's where they'll come from. And then eventually I'll go over and fight the tower. Now, right now, nothing's fighting because I broke something when I added the multi-classing. So the only thing that fights right now is players. I've got to go in and fix that. So I figured that'll probably be one of the things that I'll fix here. I think I just killed my own guy because my AoEs don't check if they're ally or enemy. See, I do have a heal, though, so he should be able to cast a heal. Oh, there he goes. Bam. I'll sit there and just keep healing the guy. All right. Oh, Darren will be in the middle. I've got, so right up here, if you go up to the center, There's another ring area here, thinking some more jungle stuff or something. I don't know exactly yet. Still kind of trying to figure out the design. And then right up here in the center is where we'll put Darren the dragon. So you can go up here and battle him. Maybe like, I'm thinking once you take over the tower next to you, then the creeps from the two inside guys or inside ones could come in. So like, say you're this one right here on this little position. If you can see my mouse cursor down there, is that showing up? So like, yeah, you're like down here in the corner. Then you take over the one next to you. Then the two that would be going towards each other instead would just go straight towards Darren and fight him. At least that was my initial thought. I don't really know how it goes. And yes, you should definitely hit like if you haven't hit that already. Good idea. All right, so let's see where to start. I think the first thing to do real quick is just do a quick peek for errors on the server. And I'm not seeing any. Okay. Just making sure. So I'm going to stop playing and I'm going to restart this as the server, but I'm going to turn off all of the spawn points except for one of them, I think. So here's my spawn points and I'll just turn them all off. Go to scene view. In the scene view, I just have my spawn points are all under one object. So I just turn that off or on, and it turns on and off all of the spawners for the NPC spawners and then the tower spawners. 2 streams in a day. Yep. I'm trying to. Well, I figured why not stream this since I'm going to work on it anyway. All right. So let's see. For the spawners, I'm going to turn them all off, but I wanted to steal one of them that's near tower 1. Take the warrior one here, drag that, or actually I think what I'll do is just duplicate it, drag it out, and then turn it off. And then I want to wait, that does not look like the right spot though. Let's see, spawn point small, was that the same spot? Did I move? No, it's not. Why is that one way over there? It's child of 0. Oh, this is 0. I'm blind. 0. Oh, that's 1, 1, 1. Okay, so I want this to be on, yeah, team 0. I'm going to pull it in here because it's my cheat one. So I remember that it's my cheating one. And then I want to figure out why he's not doing his attack. So his NPC... make sure that it looks like showing the right thing. His NPC definition is set to make him a warrior, and his warrior should give him that taunt ability, which right now it's called taunt, but I think it actually just is a direct damage. It's the effect, it triggers, does some damage, and it does it does a minimum of 20 damage. You can see down here I got a base damage amount. Oh, this is a little bit off screen. Let me drag that over. Where's the window here? Is it this one? Oop, a little too far. There we go. It's a little big. For some reason, the OBS is acting up. Does not want to let me do nice, clean, easy scaling. All right, let's see. So yeah, he's got the effect. I'm going to play, and we're just going to do a little debugging and see what's going on now. Yeah, and if anybody's got questions, feel free to ask away. I'll try to keep an eye on chat. It's not showing up in the other window, though, so I got to go find it over here. Oh, there we go. Gotcha, chat. All right, so this is going to be... make sure I get the right one. Server here. Ooh, is that the right one? Hold on. Yeah. And then client here. And then I'm going to log in as whatever, a priest mage. And then here's our server view. You can just WASD around and go click on things to see what they're doing. And there's also a debug status view that was on, but I think I may have commented it out in my refactor recently. So let me just go find this guy, that warrior NPC, and we'll go see his AI, turn it on debug, so he'll start spamming there. What he's doing, he's in his idle state. So then when I walk up on my other character, I should see if he switches out of idle state. He is in chase attack state. Okay, so he went into chase attack state, but he is just hanging out, sitting there. What if I walk far away? If I walk far away, he hangs out in chase attack. And if I come close, let's just get where I'm definitely in range of him. He's still spamming that. Okay, so let's go debug the chase attack state. So to do that, I'm going to have to switch views here real quick. Let's see, we need rider up. And it's going to be, man, I got the, do I have the right one there? No, got the other rider window up. Hold on. Give me just a moment. We'll get the correct one. Got to switch which one's shown in here. Rider clone. There we go. This is the one we need. All right, so we're going to look for that state, the attack chase state. Or chase attack, and then just add a breakpoint here. It should be the only thing in that state. That's why I disabled all the other spawners, so I don't have to worry about finding the exact one. All right, so does it have a target? It does not have a target. No, that would cause it to return. So how did it get into chase attack state if it didn't have a target? That, and why is it not switching out? Which is the AI jungle brain. Oh, I know why. I'm an idiot. I think I got a good idea of it. Let me see. Let's switch back over. Wrong window. We want that one. Okay, so I think what's happening is my NPC probably has the wrong brain. But let me check first. A lot of the times I make guesses like that and then I'm wrong too, so. Warrior NPC, yeah, he has a walker brain, and he shouldn't. He should have a jungle brain. How do I want to deal with that? Well, first let's fix I'll fix the brain, and then we'll see, just make sure that actually resolves the issue. So we gotta go find the NPC. Here he is. And we find the NPC definition. I just realized I looked in the other window. We find the NPC here in, oops, get out of scripts. Let's go up. I don't need to organize this, but too much of a rush. Game NPCs, this warrior. And right now he's got a brain that's set up to make him do the walking. So they got the brain to go from one place to another. Does not really use the character target in the same way that the jungle one does. So I think if I just switch this guy over to a jungle, that'll work. But that's not going to fix the problem because I want to be able to reuse these. So let me make sure that that's the case. So we'll stop debugging, stop the other window. We'll change this one instead of, oh, you can't see the brains down there behind my big head. Let me see if I can move my big head out of the way. Man, why is OBS so unresponsive? I can't apparently drag anything in there. I gotta just use the mouse or the keys. All right, it's going over slowly. Very, very, very slowly. I'm making it almost there, almost to the middle. My head's cut off too. I'm like a really weird shape and size. Come on, OBS, you're killing me. All right, here's my brains. So I've got the walker brain, and I want a jungle brain. Why isn't it letting me assign my jungle brain? Let's go do a search. Oh, okay. Apparently there's a problem with my jungle brain because it's not even showing up as an option. I'm going to switch to the other Unity window. Let's do that. Unity. There we go. Let's use the correct one. And then we'll switch rider back over to the correct. The one that's not the clone. Okay. That should... Did it switch? Did it switch? No. NPC work and sample client. Blah, blah, blah. That's this one. I still don't see it on here, though. Why am I seeing the wrong one? Oh, interesting. It's finding the wrong... Okay. Why can't OBS just work and not be a pain in my ass? There we go. Perfect. Now can I shrink my giant head down too? Or is it still... No. That's not an option. But I think things are kind of working at least. Except my Unity... Oh, man, this Unity window is too big. Let's see if we can fix this. Cancel. Maybe I can do it in the properties view. Nope. No properties. Transform. Fit to screen. Bam! There we go. And then how about this one? How about my big head? Transform. Is there like a... Edit. Oh, okay, there we go. So let's change the width. Let's make me a third this. No, maybe like half this. Let's go to 5. Woo, that didn't do what I wanted. I don't know what that was. Oh, crop. There we go. So a crop to the right, like, let's crop to the left. 300, 400, 500, 800. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then we can remove some of that crop to the top. Ah, there. Now my head can show up. And then move us up. I'm having to use arrows to move my head around, but that's okay. Let's say 400, 500. And I'm still way too big, so let's divide these by 2. Whoops. Okay, divided by 2 doesn't work. So it's at like 410. 411 and 350 is going to get us 176. There we go. Math. 800. Perfect. All right. Everything is fixed and the world is good now. Now we can continue on. So the brain. I've got a walker brain, and that one should be replaceable with this jungle brain, but it's not, which means that there's an issue with something. I don't know what the hell it is. Let's take a look at, the script is missing for the jungle brain, so we'll add it. AI brain jungle. There we go. Somehow the script was missing on the scriptable object. The way that these work, by the way, for anybody who's kind of curious, and do a really, really quick look at it. These scriptable objects... Let's see, does it switch in view? No, rider's not showing. Wrong window. There we go. So these scriptable objects all inherit from this AI brain scriptable object here. You should see it as soon as the window pops up right there. They inherit from this, and there's one of each. Inside the brain, the initialize method just caches a couple things, and then there are a couple helper methods and fields here that may end up getting stripped out eventually. But each one implements it differently, and then in their initialize, they set up the states that they want and the transitions that they want, and then it just works from that. So it's all code. There's no visual part for it or anything. It's just nice and nice, simple code. 2.2 kilograms of these gummies. Way to ruin your week. Okay. I see. I missed the chat. Okay. I wonder what gummies those are. Those must be some strong gummies. All right. So yeah, that's how the brain works. But this is the one that I wanted to debug. Well, first I wanted to see if that fixes it. So we've got the warrior. Let's go set him back up with the correct brain. Switch the window back on. We go find the warrior NPC, which is going to be in NPCs and warrior, using the jungle brain now. Save, play, quick test. By the way, I'm like 10 times slower when I'm talking about this stuff. I realize that now, like as I go through talking, like that, I'm much slower at the coding part. I feel like I distract myself a lot. All right, play. Log in. Go take a look. This is the server view. And then the client can run up there. Let's see if this guy starts chasing me. Nope. Let's see, what's he doing here? Expand it out, go find him. Wait, what are all these NPCs here? Thought I turned off my spawner. Oh, I didn't. I left it on. Dang it. Let's go find him. It should be this guy, I think. Nope, it's the guy by the red tower. Where's the red tower? Red. There you are. It's this guy right here. He's Warrior 19. I guess I could have just looked at his name. And if I turn him on to debug, he's probably going to say that he's in attack chase still. Okay. Oh, now let's debug attack chase then. Because now it sounds like secondary issue. So two things going on here is I did do a big refactor, so I'm not too surprised. All right, so to do this, we just find the code for the attack chase state. F12, he should be the only guy in that state. There shouldn't be anything else. Oh, I bet he still doesn't have a character target is probably what the problem is. I bet if I go look at the actual character and find his character target, I bet that's not set. And I don't remember where I refactored that out. Let's see. Yeah, that's not set. His character, and if I set that to myself, let's see, go take my character, drop it on. That must not, I must grab the player. There we go. Yep, then he'll go and do his attacks and all that stuff. Cool. So yes, I just need to fix the part where they're setting the, there, as you can see here, I drag it in and it's working. The character target wasn't set. So I need to fix the part that's setting the character target. So let's go back into code. Let's see. Back to code here, find character, target. And then this used to be set. This did work before, so in my refactor, I've broken it, and I don't remember what was setting it. So it gets set. I know the player sets it on its own. Like the player does it when you do a click, and then it should be the ability target finder. Oh, this is probably why. Okay, so the issue here is that I had commented out the code that figures out the abilities, and that was because I hadn't finished the refactor here on character classes. Now I remember it. I got distracted in the middle of it, at the end of it. Would benefit from a multi. I don't think a multi-scene setup wouldn't make much difference for me here. What are the symbols in line in the game object? Those are to the components. That's part of that. The symbols in line there, they're part of that V hierarchy. I think there might be a link in the description. You go check it out. But it's part of that editor extensions thing that I talked about, the V tabs and all that. It's pretty cool. I like it. Been using it for a little while, a couple of days now. Okay, so loop through all of character class 1's abilities, find the best ability. Find best ability for target. Okay, but we need to also loop through the character 2's abilities. So I think what I wanted to do was get this, instead of getting these from the class anymore, getting them from the abilities. Let's do something like that. So I can get all of the abilities, or I think I have a thing on there called like my abilities. Let me see. Yeah, I do. Literally, it's just not public. There we go. So we'll loop through all of my abilities. And right now I think that's, how does that loop through? Oh, that's right. It works on client and server right now. Semi-inefficient, but not enough that I care, because it's just doing some index lookups right now. And it'll probably get ripped out and optimized away later anyway. And that's always something important to remember too, like not to early optimize stuff. I mean, it's important to optimize the right things, but don't early optimize everything, because you waste so much time just making something fast and then deleting it the week later or a month later or something else, or being so excited that you made it so fast that instead of just deleting it, you leave it in there when you don't need it. And yeah, optimize after. Optimize once it's good, done, and actually does the thing that you want it to do, and it's the thing, then optimize. Just don't write terrible code along the way, so that it, don't write horribly unperformant code along the way, and have an understanding of where those optimizations are going to come in. All right, so let's play. Log in. Did I get logged in? Yeah, cool. Got a character in here. So we should have our guy. I should have that warrior up there to run up to. And this time, I expect, when I get close, oh, nothing will happen still. That's okay, that happens. Let's see what he's doing now. So he's warrior 19. That's why I got the names over him right there. It's just so I can find him right here. Go search. Yeah, I can find warrior 19. I don't have to dig around and figure out which one he is. Debug him again. I'm sure he's in the chase attack state, but he probably doesn't have a target still, because I'm guessing that I didn't finish the fix there. Yeah, character target. Because I think what I did is I fixed or uncommented the code, fixed that other issue, but we didn't fix the fact that it doesn't get set. So we find the best ability for a target, and that loops through each ability and builds up those lists. There's another method that used to be called from here. What was it? That actually got the ability to use. Oh, get best enemy ability target. That would make sense. This is why it's important to name things well, because then you see it and you know, like, oh yeah, that's it. So there's best ability target, enemy, and best heal target. So we just need to find this. This is used where? It's used in the attack state and the update. This used to be used somewhere else. So this was used in the, where was it used? Let's go look through source control. I'm just trying to remember so that way I hook it back up in the correct spot. Let's go find source control window. Version control. Open. As soon as I get it up, I'll pop up the diff. You guys can see that. See what that looks like. Which file was that again? It is AI. No, I want to look for the things that are calling ability target finder. Let's go through change sets real quick. I'm going to look at the one from right there. Do a diff and find this file. What do you guys all use for source control diffs, by the way? Just kind of curious. I'm not even sure which one this is now that I'm using. I think it's the, oh yeah, it's the, this is like one that came with, oh yeah, it is. It's like their own plastic source control diff. I didn't even realize which one I was using. Okay, I was still looking through it. As soon as I find the code, like I said, I'll share it on screen. I just need to find the actual code file that changed, and this one has a ton of art. That one is not it. Okay, you know what, let me check my pending changes. Maybe I've broken it since I've committed, which would be terrible, but this is the No, all I did before was comment it out. Let's see, let's find it. It must have been right here in 104. Ability target finder. Don't return dead targets. I will find this. I will find exactly where I was calling this. Was it in the... Somewhere I was calling this damn thing. I mean, it might be in the character. No, it couldn't be in the character. That wouldn't make sense. But somewhere I was setting this value. Either that or I'm going to find out that it's like a new thing that I started setting up. I only hooked it up for players and then I forgot to add it for NPCs, which is also a plausible thing because I did change chase attack to work like that. And now I'm thinking maybe that was what was going on and I'm just confusing myself. What the hell? Let's just fix the code. I don't need to dig through source control. I'm not finding it there anyway. So, we'll just write the code to fix it. So let's go see. That was a big distraction in my brain. So to get the best target, we want to do that inside of the brain, I am thinking. Let me think. The brain's it's running through our states. I mean, it's not really the brain. It'd be in the... Let's see, where's chase attack? I think it should be inside chase attack state now that I think about it. That would make a lot more sense. So if it's in the chase attack state, I say, hey, if the character target is null. Wait, how did it get into chase attack? That's the question. So it gets into chase attack right there by being able to see an enemy. That's the problem. That's not how it's supposed to work. That's the part that I didn't finish hooking up. So now I do remember that is how it was. So if I go look at my like AI brain player, this one, it switches based on whether or not we have a target, and that's what it's supposed to do. So yes, okay. Easy peasy, let's go fix this up. So in the jungle state, it's going to go into a chase attack state once it has a target. So we'll change that. It's not going to go from idle to chase, though. We're going to go from, yeah, maybe it will. In idle state, in the update here. Let's see, let's override the update. It doesn't do anything right now. No, we're going to add a new state. Public class AI state search for enemies. And that's going to be our new state, and it is going to do literally what it says. Let's make it, oops, that's not it. CTOR. That didn't do what I wanted either, but whatever. There we go. Got our constructor, and then we'll override the update. And in here, let's say if we already have a target, then return. Okay, this is why I love AI stuff. It is so handy for this code writing, speeding it up. So then we check, so we get the best enemy target. If we have one, we set that target. Perfect, yeah. And this is only going to search for enemies, not search for allies. So we'll move that to its own file. We'll go back over to the brain. We'll add a state. Instead of idle, I don't think this will ever go into idle. They'll just, this is the jungle NPCs, they'll go into search. So AI state, search for enemies. And then we'll call this search for enemies. Don't want to confuse it. And let's go search to chase. And it's going to chase when our character dot character target. The wrong one. I hate when it does that. Is not null. So when we have a target, we'll switch. And then we'll go back into idle when we don't have a target. And then we'll return home when we don't have a target. And we're too far away from the start. So if we get too far away, actually we should probably Yeah, I think that's right. That might be a little bit wrong though. What's too far from start do? Maybe not. Maybe I always just go chase attack to return home. I think that's better. So I don't care about their distance. They should always return home if they're done attacking. They don't have a target. And then return home to idle. Once they reach home, they'll go back into search, not to idle. Whoops. Return home to search. Then we don't need a chase to idle. Don't need that. We don't need that inlined method anymore. I don't even think we need the reached home, do we? Oh, yeah. We use that for transitioning back. Okay, so now it'll search for enemies in that state, in the search state, and then do the chase. So that should work. Let's do a build, and then we'll do a quick sync. No, it's just stuff I wrote. There's no asset in there. It's just a pretty simple AI state machine and brain setup. It's and I can run you through the code in a little bit and show you. It's pretty simple though. Well, at least it feels simple. I've done it a bunch of times though, so it might just be a little bias there. Everything's also a lot simpler when you wrote it than when somebody else wrote it, in my opinion. All right, get these synced over and play. All right, let's reload. I got distracted checking my messages real quick. Yeah, if anybody has any other questions too, feel free to ask away, especially while things are running and compiling. So this is going to be our server. The other one will be the client. I'm going to make a Necro Priest and log in and then run up here. Let's get the view set up so we can see my beautiful Necro Priest. I'm not sure how I want to do the visuals. I was thinking maybe like the most recent thing you pick would determine the visual. So if I pick Necro and Priest, it would give me like the Priest visual because that was the second or whatever. Okay. Well, what's going on there? I can heal myself. That works. But this bad guy's still not attacking me. I assume he's still Warrior 19. Yeah. Double check there's not just an error spamming in the console. Lots of stuff that shouldn't be errors spamming in the console. Let's see. Does he have a target? Character target. He does. Why is he not using his character target? Let's go debug. Clear. Oh, he is cycling through. So he's going out of chase attack. Whoops. Let's see what I did there. Chase attack to return home. If... yeah. Okay. Stupid bug. All right. Fixed. We'll go again. All right. I'll give you a little preview of the while the state machine thing is or while my game is reloading. I can pull up the state machine code. Here, actually, I can just pull that off to the side while it's loaded. So the a core of the state machine uses these brain scriptable objects, and that's just so I can assign them in the editor. They could just be code otherwise, but I wanted to be able to drag and drop them in the editor. So that's what they're there for. The scriptable objects are used by an AI state machine script. So if I find should be in here, AI state machine. So the AI state machine is responsible for controlling the state, so keeping track of the current state that any object is in. It's a mono behavior, so it lives there on the server for the object, and it's going to update the current state. So you see inside, well, first in the start method, it's going to set the state to whatever the brain's default state is. And that's just a thing that you set in the brain code. You just tell it what state you want it to be there. And you'll see that in the initialize. And then in the update method, we loop through, and assuming the character is alive, first thing we do is we check all of the transitions. So we loop through each transition in here, which is an AI transition, and they have a source state, which is like where they come from. So like starting in idle, going to attack, the source state would be idle, and the target state would be attack. So if we look at a transition here, you see it's got two states and then a condition. And the condition is just the thing that we check to see if it should switch between those two states. Here's my server starting up. Let's go. I'm going to switch back over to game view, and then we'll jump back over to the state machine in 1 second. Let's go see the game code or the game project, see if it's actually working. So get up here. These dudes should spawn players here. We'll make a mage necro, a mage romancer, and then run them up here, and hopefully he gets aggro. Oh, come on. What have we done here? Something terrible. Fuck, this is failing me more now just because I'm trying to do it live, but what the hell? Let's see. All right, character target is, oh, now my character target's not set. That's strange. It was set before. I'm gonna go attack it. Oop, did a little bow attack. It took some damage. He's still not keeping his target, so let's turn him on debug. Maybe I forgot to save the code. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so he's searching for enemies. Oh, okay. I was just out of range. There we go. He attacked me. So, yeah. I've just got to increase his range. And then probably make it so that when they attack, they actually turn to look. Yep. And maybe make it so that he loses the target if I'm dead. So let's change that. I'm going to make it so that if I die, he switches targets, because he's still like, I'm respawning and he's just hunting me down now. He's like a freaking Terminator. All right, let's stop that. So we'll go into the jungle brain here, and we'll make a transition that if the character is dead, or if it's dead, null or dead. There we go. So here's our check. In fact, I'm going to move that to its own line just so it's easier to read. So that's our condition, and then that's the source state and the target state. So let's go back into the state machine code. Let me do a build. I'll sync it up, and then we'll do another a little bit more of the state machine code. All right, so the AI state machine is right here. So yeah, it goes through each of the transitions, and then it checks to see if it should switch between any, which is really just checking if any of those conditions are met for the state that it's currently in. If it just say virtual method on this abstract AI state class, and then our state to search for enemies, for instance, just looks at our character and tries to say if we already have a target, it returns. Otherwise, it searches for one. The important part here, though, is probably more in the brain and the initialize, though. So if we look at the AI brain, the way that it works is you slot these things in, and then they each have their own initialize method. The base initialize method is just responsible for caching the character, the NPC, and then a couple components that the other states are using. But it's overridden in all of the actual brains to do different stuff. The tower is the simplest one. It doesn't really do much. It calls the base one, disables the nav mesh agent because it can't move, and then it has an attack state and an idle state and goes between them. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm not using has enemy in range on ability target finder. Maybe I should be using that in my other transitions now that I think about it. But anyway, yeah, it does a transition back and forth between those two. So you add the states that you want, you add the transitions, and then you set that default state. And that's essentially how it all works. And then you just create different states out of it. So the attack state is pretty simple. Just it tries to use the ability on the whatever the target is. The chase attack state runs towards the target and tries to use it whenever it's in range. Idle does pretty much nothing. I don't even remember what other states are. There's only a couple of them. And just add a new state as they're needed. So if we need a new, I guess there's a couple. There's loot, so they'll go like loot an item. Is that shown down here? Yeah. Yeah, down kind of in the bottom. You can kind of see it behind my big head. Yeah, anyway, those are all the states. That's how it all kind of works. Anyway, let's see. I think it should work now. I'm going to switch back over out of Rider. We'll go take a peek. And I'm going to increase the... Actually, you know what? I think I want to make it so that the jungle guys go into a chase state first, and then they go into their attack. Or maybe... I'm trying to think how I want to do this code. Because I think about it, I don't want to have to run into attack range for them to aggro. I want them to do that off of the aggro range. So let me go find the jungle one again. Yeah, brain jungle. I'm getting hungry too. I need to go eat some food in a few minutes. Let's see, jungle. So they should return home if they don't have a target. They should go into chase. Attack if they have something visible. So I do want to use the vision dot can see enemy. So if they can see an enemy, they should go into chase attack. And then when they go into chase attack, when they enter this, they should set the target, I think, to the thing that they saw. So it should be, we should look at their vision. Oh no, the character dot vision. Oh wait, where would we get that again? Just get the component for now. And we want to get the characters in sight dot let's do that. Let's order them. No, let's make this aware. Whoops. There we go. Order them by distance and take that. So that's going to get us the closest. Let's rename that. And then we'll just say that the character dot current target, or character target equals the closest enemy. So we're going to lock on to the closest thing when we get into the state, which should be the closest thing that we can see. So if we don't have vision to it, they're behind us or something, we won't count them. That, I think, is what I want. So when we go into the chase attack state, it's going to figure out what the nearest enemy is and then do it. If it doesn't find one somehow, it should bail out, but that shouldn't happen. That makes more sense. So there's two things for the vision. It's got a distance check and then a line of sight. So it just does like an angle. I think it's set to 45 degrees right now, and it's an optional line of sight check. So you could have an interior radius that's separate if you wanted to. But I'm not sure how I want to do it. I don't really like having line of sight. I prefer that they kind of get the same vision all the way around when it comes to just general NPCs. I think it usually feels better, but I don't know. not set in stone on it either way. All right, let's sync this over. And we'll switch views again. This should do it. Let's play. Ooh. Oh, it is almost time for me to go pick up my daughter. Go do that in just a second. Let's do a test real quick though. If you're enjoying the stream, hit the thumbs up button and stuff. And then we'll do more of these maybe later this weekend or next week or something. Oh, like I said, I want to try to get the whole thing up and done and finished before GDC. I just added the shops and the spawners and stuff yesterday, and the class selection stuff, so you can actually make your own characters. I think that'll be fun, building out your own characters and all that stuff. Oh, okay. Interesting. So those guys were, I wasn't even there. Let me see. Can I move my view over? And the NPCs had already aggroed. So the ones that were back here behind the tower actually aggroed the towers and started attacking all the towers. They all fought the towers and died. That's hilarious. So it seems to work then. Let's see. Let's go aggro this guy. Yep, he aggroes me. He chases me. Ah, come get me. Come and get me, punk. And I was thinking, yeah, if they get too far away, they should probably leash. But yeah, he'll kill me. Bam, I'm dead. Is he going to leash now? Or is he just going to aggro me? Or he might just bug out. All right, let's watch that one more time, though. I want to see the guys all go kill the thing, and then we'll get rolling. Or I'll go go grab my daughter. All right, so server mode. Go into scene view. That's hilarious. They're all literally attacking the towers next to them. You can see them all around, all on all the sides. There they go. Bam, they're going to get stomped. Boom. Got to get all the animations hooked up on these guys. But yeah, you can see it all happen. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully people enjoyed it and learned something. If you want to see more of the stuff, like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. If you want the code for it, I'm putting it all up in the multiplayer mastery coursework stuff. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe it might take a little bit longer. I want to get it all solid for you so you can actually get in and kind of play it out yourself. I can't put all the assets in there, but there's a version in the project that has stuff that some placeholder assets in my own stuff, but none of the ones that I've grabbed here from the asset store. Anyway, how do you determine if they can see it? Oh yeah, I already saw that question. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I gotta go pick up my daughter, but it was good seeing everybody. Thanks again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that.